I was worried that I was going to destroy my lawn because I didn't know a good way to figure out how much fertilizer I'm actually putting down on my lawn. So I made these really quick examples to make it so easy to figure out. Let's get to it. So for example, let's take this 100-pound bag of fertilizer. It's got some numbers listed on the front, which are the NPK values. That's the amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen is essential and also helps make the grass green. Phosphorus helps the roots grow for newly seeded grass. Potassium has micro and macronutrients that keep the grass healthy, especially in the winter months. The 8-10-10 on this bag means this bag is made up of 8% nitrogen, 10% phosphorus, and 10% potassium, and 72% of whatever else they put in fertilizer. There's 3 methods you can use to figure out how much fertilizer to apply. Method 1 is figuring out how many pounds of the fertilizer you want to apply per 1,000 square foot using the NPK values. Method 2 is where you convert the percent of nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium to a decimal format. And the third method is called spoon feeding, using the decimal amount of the nitrogen, or whatever NPK value you're measuring. Method 1. Nitrogen is what we care about in this case, so we're going to measure off of nitrogen. If this bag weighs 100 pounds and it's made up of 8% nitrogen, that means there's 8 pounds of nitrogen in this bag. Now it's important to understand application rate. That's the number of pounds per 1,000 square feet of lawn you want to apply of nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium, NPK. Normally we're going to measure off of nitrogen. In general, you want to apply about 1 to 2 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet of lawn per year. This 1 to 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet is often going to be spread across 2 applications over the course of the year. We're going to discuss one of those applications now. Assuming we want an application rate of 1 pound per 1,000 square feet of lawn, we take the total number of pounds of nitrogen in the bag and we figure out how many square feet of lawn this entire 100-pound bag would cover. So this entire 100-pound bag would cover 8,000 square feet of lawn with a nitrogen application rate of 1 pound per 1,000 square feet. The problem is most fertilizer is sold in 50-pound bags, not 100-pound bags. The NPK is still going to tell you the percent of NPK regardless of the bag size. You are then going to have to convert that to pounds of NPK. Since this bag now weighs 50 pounds, take half of the nitrogen number, and that tells you how many pounds of nitrogen there are in the 50-pound bag. 8% divided by 2 equals 4 pounds of nitrogen. There was originally 8 pounds of nitrogen in the 100-pound bag, and then this 50-pound bag, that means there's now 4 pounds of nitrogen. Remember, the NPK number listed on the bag is always listed in percent, and most fertilizer is sold in 50-pound bags. It's helpful to think of it in 100-pound bags when you're trying to figure out how many pounds of nitrogen are in that bag. So if you wanted an application rate of 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet of lawn, you could cover 4,000 square feet of lawn with this 50-pound bag. If you have a 2,000 square foot lawn and you wanted to apply 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet using this 8-10-10 NPK, you could apply 1/2 of the bag across the entire 2,000 square foot lawn to get your desired 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. Let's say your lawn was 3,000 square feet, then you could apply 3/4 of the bag across the entire 3,000 square foot lawn to give you your 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. The second method involves converting the percent nitrogen, or whatever target NPK value you're looking to use, to a decimal format. So 8% nitrogen would be represented as 0.08. If you're looking for a 1 pound per 1,000 square foot application rate, then you would take 1, that's your application rate, divided by the amount of nitrogen in this case, 0.08, and that equals 12.5 pounds of this bag to be spread over 1,000 square feet. That would mean you'd spread 12.5 pounds per each 1,000 square feet to ensure you are applying 1 pound of nitrogen for every 1,000 square feet. So if your lawn is 2,000 square feet, you would apply 25 pounds out of this entire bag. We get 25 pounds by taking 12.5 pounds times 2, since the lawn in this example is 2,000 square feet, or roughly half the bag. If your lawn was 3,000 square feet, you would apply 37.5 pounds, which is 12.5 times 3, out of the entire 50-pound bag to get 3,000 square feet of lawn covered with 1 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. The third method, which is really just a variation of the second method, is what's known as spoon feeding. This is where you want to slowly apply fertilizer over time instead of applying the normal 1 pound per 1,000 square feet twice a year. Let's say you were looking to apply half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet application rate 4 times a year. Then you would take 0.5, which would be your desired application rate, divided by 0.08, which would be the decimal format of the percent of nitrogen in the 50-pound bag, and you would get 6.25 pounds out of this entire bag to be spread over 1,000 square feet for each of your 4 applications per year that you would plan to do. So if you wanted to spoon feed in a half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet to a 3,000 square foot lawn 4 times a year, you would apply 18.75 pounds out of this bag. We get that number by taking 6.25 pounds times 3 to represent a 3,000 square foot lawn out of the 50-pound bag each time you apply.
It's so easy, right? Of course, you need to figure out what type of fertilizer and how much NPK your lawn needs, and a good soil test is going to be the best source of info for that. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my other videos. Thanks.